What's up, virtual me and digital me and other me's that nobody cares about me's? I want to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart and probably should be to a lot of people, maybe is to a lot of people. This redistricting and just in general districting. Because it's kind of bullshitty. So Texas is getting a lot of flack recently for the redistricting that's going on right now. I don't know if they're redistricting the state house or the house for the U.S. representatives. I think they're doing it for the U.S. representatives. Maybe they're doing both at the same time. I don't know. But whatever. I recently saw a video about, I think it was a guy that had a book on just in general, like the architecture of the United States government. And it was like 18 minutes long. It was a kind of a standard video, somebody critiquing the entire structure and the mechanics of it. It was pretty good. He had some okay things to say, I think. A lot of people have okay things to say. Basically, the problem with that is that there are a lot of people in it for a career and they like it the way it is. Most of them are probably getting a shitload of money. Not the technical salary, but they're getting money on the side, they're getting things on the side, they're just getting a bunch of side salads. So they kind of don't want anything to change. I mean, they're in it for the long haul, which is basically not what, I mean, it's not what the founders wanted. I mean, they did not view government, did not view this government to be a 9-10 months out of the year kind of deal. I think it was something like 2 months here, 2 months there, and then you do your own job thing for the other rest of the year. You have there's like a fallish session and a springish session, and that's basically it. Like you get crap done there and there, and then it's like a side hustle. It's a gig. It's a gig economy job. And over the years, it was just like, well, it's going to be the thing you do for, maybe 30 years old till 80. Which there's some merit to that nowadays, especially because, damn, it's more involved. But at the same time, it's like, well, there's going to be a literal army of lobbyists and shit just putting a funnel in your mouth and just saying, all right, put the money in and we'll see how much shit we can, cram down your throat and get favors in there, then that's just fucked up. That's a not abuse. That's just a complete mutation and whatever of the system, aberration, whoring. I don't know. I can't think of the right word. Anyways, my voice is carrying off there because, hold on, I got an itchy nose. Anyways, the redistricting thing. That's mainly what I want to talk about that before I get out to tax rich people. Tax rich people because they're douches and they need to pay money. Because they haven't been paying anything for 40 years and now they got billions of dollars. The redistricting thing. First, I think Americans have gotten like this infatuation with districts. This is my own personal belief. They got this infatuation with districts, just like this infatuation with needing their own doctor. I had this doctor for 30 years and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know. What the fuck is the deal with that? You don't need your doctor. You need a good one. You don't need yours. All right? So that's what you need. I don't know about you, but I think this healthcare system sucks, just like the political system. So maybe what we need is a gooder healthcare system and a gooder political system. We don't need my doctor and my representative. We need gooder and gooder. That's what we need. So we don't need redistricting. What we need is no districting, in my opinion. Like I said, you know, when the day comes of electioning, you just need all of them to get on a bus or something, whatever they want to do. Run your fucking campaign, everybody. And everybody chooses who they wants to vote for. You know, your state has five slots open, and you know, 50 people can run. You know, 500 can run. Let's see who the top 5 are. You know, who gets the most votes? Who can sweet talk the most and kiss the most ass? And those top 5 slots, there you go. Like I said, there's no districts. It's just the top 5 winners. And same for all the other ones. And I think personally, I think that's the better way to do things. Especially because in every state, you'll get a much more representative spread of parties and such. You won't be able to gerrymander it, basically. People will vote based on their party and their person. And if you're a nobody and you're an independent, you can go around and you can fulfill all the requirements. If it's a state where you need to get you need to get 50,000 signatures or whatever to get on the ballot, 5,000, and do it. You know, do what you need to do. You know when the election's going to happen? Make your case. Yeah, 50,000 might be kind of tough, but be innovative. Maybe the DNC isn't going to give you money, but everybody loves an underdog. And like I said, be fucking innovative. The more unlikely you are to win, more difficult the victory, the better it tastes when you do win. Right, Bernie? Been running as an independent for I don't even know how fucking long. Been winning every fucking time. Why? Because nobody can touch the motherfucker. Nobody can touch him. He actually does the job. If there was a Democrat or Republican that actually was good in his area, that could actually make a good case, he would have lost his job a long time ago. But you know what? No. So there you go. And yeah. Now, as for the other guy I was talking about, I can't remember his fucking name. He proposed a drawing districts, but having what do you call them? I think he said multi-member district. It was basically you draw districts, and then each district would have multiple people, multiple slots in the district. So like each district would have 5 slots in it. So that the people in the district would vote, and then, there'd be 5 slots. The top 5 winners in that district. There you go. And that's basically the same thing that I just said. It's just on a smaller scale. And some districts would maybe have 3 slots. Some might have 7. So it's kind of the same thing. You just do that with maybe bigger districts. So in Texas, instead of having like 27 districts, maybe they would just have like 11 or something like that. And that would be more fair, because then that way there would be, it would be clearly not gerrymandered. Even rural areas that previously were all fucking red, there would be you would be able to run as a Democrat and get a spot. The Democrats in that area would be able to have representation in those rural areas, and they wouldn't be taxation without representation. And at the other side of the end, there wouldn't be those areas of the country that are like California, where there's like they're Republicans that are scattered throughout those blue districts, and it's just like they're feeling like they have no representation too. You do the same thing. they would get some representation in California. And everybody gets more, the system gets to be pushed more towards something that feels like it's more fair. That the representatives have to actually do something that actually is, what is the word for it? I have to think. Representative. Yes. Representative of what the individuals in society want, not lobbyists per se. Now, this would have hopefully the side effect of making lobbyists cry because their money isn't doing what they want it to do. Or maybe lobbyists might have to actually get out and go door to door and be like, so do you want DuPont to make chemicals? Because we could give you $20,000 to help pay off your mortgage a little quicker. We want a chemical factory right next door, right here in that field, and maybe we could just, I don't know, pay off all your mortgages, right? Everyone in this county will pay off all your mortgages if we build this chemical plant right here. What do you think? Sound like a deal? How's that for lobbying? Instead of all this other bullshit, they have to essentially buy something a different way. I mean, it's skeezy still, but make the lobbyists kind of get innovative too. Make them have to pollute the earth a little bit more expensively. I don't know. So, yeah, that's two ways of redistricting. One is just abandon the entire concept of districts, and one is the other way of multi-member districting or something. I forget what the guy called it. The other thing the guy was saying is he just argued for getting rid of the Senate altogether because he said it has too much power. Proportionally has too much power. I don't know about that because I don't know the intricacies of all the ways the House and the Senate kind of work with each other, because the House makes the bill and then sends it to the Senate for authorization, and then the Senate's like, we don't like this and this, and then they pass it back to the House and then bounce it back and forth and stuff. Maybe that's what the guy was talking about. I don't know. See, this is why we need civics courses back in education. And this is why people, if there are civics courses, people need to be pay attention to them. Because in high school, my favorite class was waiting until school got off and then smoking weed. So, and it's another thing that I think we need to offer is not just free education, K through 12, but I think America needs to discuss seriously, not just discuss, but discussion is the first step here, but having education forever from kindergarten to death free to the end user. So you can just be like, I would like to take a class, please, at the university. Oh, you would? That will cost you $0. We have books, we have lecturers, we have everything. Oh, you can't get here? That's okay. The bus ride is free. All you have to do is be there at the right time. You know why? Because we like smart people in a democracy. And we like to encourage critical thinking because we understand and we appreciate the why in a democracy. That is what we want in a democracy. We want why. We don't want yes, master. How far do I march? No, we don't want that. Democracies want why. Democracies want people who say, but why? That's how democracies flourish. With people that go, why? That's how democracies flourish, get stronger, better, and if you want people that just march when they say they march, that's for the army. If you want to do that, join the fucking army or be a cop, because those are great. Those are great jobs for that, and you can do that for 50 years, get your pension, and just go home, drink beer, and beat your wife, and you'll be great. You know? Get arrested by other cops, everything. The cycle is complete, but if you like the question why and appreciate it, you can go into the university, maybe stay there your whole life, do research and stuff, and help the flourishing of the great nation. And maybe we'll be the only fucking country in the world that has, semi-permeable force shield around it, and the rest of the world is just burning. Because, it's like everybody else is like under a fucking dictatorship. And we're like fucking Krypton. We're like wearing robes and stuff. And we have technology 300 years in advance than everybody else. And they're like, we want your tech. And we're like, yeah, well, you're led by Kim Jong-un, so, no. Go fuck yourself. This is Freedomville. In Freedomville, we read books. You can go back to your fucking goose stepping place. Anyways, that's redistricting for you. What do you think of baby blue? I don't know. I like baby blue. I like the big old solid blue though. It's a little darker than the shirt that I got on right now. Feeling a little better today. I got a lot of sleep last night. I was able to eat stuff yesterday too, so I think those two things kind of fed into each other. I've been feeling pretty good today. Wasn't so drained of all the energy. So, it's good stuff. We can just, as a country, get rid of Trump and all these whack job ass Republicans and do something magnificent about the people that were convinced to vote them in. And of course, all their just jackbooted thugs. And maybe we can restore some semblance of democracy in this place. It just August. What is that? Not even 7 full months. 6 months and a week. A little more than 6 months and a week. And it's just shit. And people were all like on Biden's ass. It's like, yeah, that's how long it took to get super fucked up. And it's not even like it could get worse. And it will. So, yeah. Because they still haven't completed the other, I don't even know, 3, 5, 10 detention centers, which, Rose by any other name is still a fucking concentration camp. Soon to be, like they obviously want them to be death camps or work camps or some other kind of flavor of Auschwitz. So, I mean, they're just kind of like waiting to see where is the okay, how long can it be until we can just start killing these people? Like, it's just like, when can we just start killing these motherfuckers? Like, we're just like, do we really have to spend all this money flying these planes? Can we just kill these motherfuckers? Like, it would be a lot cheaper if we could just kill them. Like, that's what they're thinking. And they want to do it without bullets too. Like, a bullet is like, I don't know, maybe $1, under $1. Somebody can Google it. They'd be like, they're not worth $1. They're not worth 50 cents. So we gotta get it down to like 10 cents. Like, the Nazis were right. Use gas. Like, yep, that's what they're thinking. Just march them into the swamp or something. That's what they want to do. Like, they probably want to like build a detention center on a hill that's like 500 feet high, so they can just like march them off the hill and be like, there, gravity, excellent. You just have to like push them. Okay. Push them off the cliff into the ocean, and there you go. It's nice and efficient. Great. Like, awesome. I don't know why the Germans didn't think of this. They had to have had a cliff somewhere. Well, they wanted to get rid of the evidence. Fuck evidence. Who gives a shit? Oh, the humanity. There's thousands of bodies. Yeah, they tripped and fell. We'll get the bodies eventually. We were going to deport them, but they kept just falling off. We put up a sign. Slippery. Caution, wet surface. You know, what are you going to do? They can't read English. The Spanish one's on back order. It should be here any day. Fucking Amazon. They said it was going to be here yesterday. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Cuidado, piso mojado. Ah. Oh well. You know what they say. Shoot a nuke down a bug hole, you got a lot of dead bugs, right? Oh well. I guess that's it. Fucking heartless fucks. Like I said, they're just waiting. They're just waiting for the right fucking. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's gonna be, but at some point they're just gonna be like, all right, we got the green light. Fucking light them up. I don't know if it's August 2nd. I don't know when. Maybe in the wintertime, when everyone in the South is indoors because it's too cold. It's like 45 degrees. Wow. You can't be bothered to be outside. Are you crazy? Maybe that's when it's gonna happen. Okay. That's it. Boobs, people. Boobs.